What if I told you that no matter what you were going through, no matter what you have been through, no matter your suffering or your personal experiences or anything that has impacted you negatively, that there was always somebody that you could reach out to. There was always somebody that has gone through something that you were going through. The point of me saying so is you are not alone. I have suffered my entire life with depression, with anxiety, with the feeling that I never belonged. I always put myself in other people's issues, so I never had to deal with my own. But the fact of the matter is, I was a glutton for my own punishment.
Hi, welcome to Full Frontal. I'm Samantha B.
And it's a scary thing. It really is.
Fun water slide into the apocalypse.
I have never known myself to believe that I could kill myself or that I could harm myself or that I could morally put any sort of impact, whether it be negative or positive, in anybody else's life but my own. And that may seem a bit contradictory or hypocritical to people that know me, but I've never felt so lost in my life than I do now. But I have so many amazing things going on for me. I have my own house. I have my own car. I have a good job that I love. I have a daughter who is very healthy, very happy, but I still feel lost. Why is that? It's because I have no guidance. It's because I have, I guess, my own outlook on my life. My own personal experiences is almost everything that I've been involved in, I have failed. I have failed myself, I have failed my parents, my friends, and one specific friend that I've had for 15 plus years that I don't speak to anymore. I've dealt with drug addiction, alcoholism. I've dealt with everything and anything that you think that you could put somebody through or that somebody has personally been through. I've gone through it. It's a scary feeling. I felt like I didn't belong. I felt that I was worth so much more dead than I was alive because I have multiple life insurance policies. Imagine that feeling. I have lost so many friends, so many family members. My family's very small. Just because of death, like early death. That's a scary feeling, but I still contribute to that. Not nowadays. Like, no. I drink, but I am so far from doing any kind of drugs that I'm so proud of myself. But yet, I still feel so lost because my comfort zone was, in order for me to go to sleep, I needed to be high or drunk. In order for me to stay awake and function, I needed to be high or drunk. Not anymore. I felt a different meaning. I felt like, I don't know, like, I felt a false sense of security. And that's exactly what it was, a false sense of security. Because I was still trying to make up for something. And I couldn't understand it. Now, I became a very devout Christian. I got saved. I became an ordained minister. I devoted my life to God, but I was still missing something. And that something was, I wasn't happy with myself. I wasn't happy with who I was. I was scared. I was constantly fearful of my own actions. And I just didn't know where it came from. I couldn't figure it out. You know, there have been so many times where I have contemplated and I have planned and tried figuring everything out, but I couldn't. I'm 32 years old. And I have, if I, statistically speaking, if I had anything figured out, it'd probably be about 5% of what I should have 70% of in 32 years figured out. But I don't. But I'm still pushing through. Yes, like I have a beautiful house. I have a great job, as I aforementioned, like, and I have all that stuff, but that's all materialistic. I'm talking emotional, spiritual, and mental. And I still yet to figure it out. But the fact of the matter is, I still push through because I have amazing parents. I have the most beautiful, the most enlightened, the most pure and raw relationship with my parents, with my family. I have a brother that I have not spoke to in several years. I still love him, but our relationship pains my heart. Not because of me anymore. It used to be because of me, but not because of me anymore. That's a whole separate issue. But I realized that, and that was something big that was paining my heart. It was hurting my soul deep down to its core. But I finally recognized that, and I acknowledged it. My whole thing is if there's something that is troubling you, if there's something that is paining your heart, and I hate to use the word paining because it's not a word, but it's a word that very descriptively, for the sake of being redundant, describes exactly what you were going through. And it's acknowledgement. It's the understanding that no matter what, there is always going to be something that is not okay in your life. Your life will never be perfect. Money's great. I have money. Family is the most pure thing in anybody's life, and I have that. I have friends. I have a good job. I have happiness. But that happiness is very subjective. It's a scary thing because it could be lost. The happiness that I have, the kind of happiness that I have, could be lost in an instant. And that is the most terrifying thing. See, the only advice that I could give to anybody would be acknowledgement. The knowledge to understand and accept that no matter what, no matter your level of happiness, your level of success, there is always going to be something that is not okay. My only advice is, it is okay to be not okay. Just push through it. Keep going. And I love you. God bless.